Hi, welcome back. Sick and Tired here. And today we are going to be looking at some Am I the Asshole? You know how I always try new stuff with my makeup, right guys? I started following this girl that does Korean makeup tutorials, and while I think my eyes actually look really nice, I don't know if I'm vibing with this lip color or the way that I did this lip color. I don't know. It was very complicated for lipstick. I'm not very good at doing makeup, and I always thought you just throw one shade on. Oh no, no. It is not like that. There is so many ways to do your lip color. So I tried it. I don't know if I like it. What do you think? I think that's all the chit chat I have for right now. Oh, and you can't really see my shirt, but look, I just got it. Waiting for my meds to kick in. Oh, that is just so me.
Like, oh my God!
So our first post comes from Cheap and Comfy. They ask, am I the asshole for not lending my wife my warm jacket on a cold day? Let's see. Yesterday, my wife, Tara, and I went out for breakfast for our anniversary, and we ended up at a cafe in a beachside suburb. It was crowded inside, so we took a table outside. It's autumn here, and it was fairly cold outside, with no heaters. Tara was wearing a t-shirt and cardigan. I was wearing a t-shirt, wind cheater, like a windbreaker maybe, and a big comfy and warm jacket. It's kind of funny their name has comfy in it when he's talking about his comfy jacket. Tara had a coat but left it in the car, about a 4-minute walk away. 4-minute walk from the restaurant? Dang. She told me she was feeling cold, to which I replied that I'd be happy to walk back to the car to get her coat. She said that if I was a good husband, I would lend her my jacket. Okay. I laughed, said something like, yeah, that's not happening, and again offered to retrieve her jacket from the car. Tara declined. Is it Tara or Tara? I'm saying Tara because if it had an L, it'd be like Lara, which is like Lara Croft, which is like, my idol. So I'm saying Tara. Tara declined and we had our breakfast. I was pretty comfy in my jacket. Okay, well that sentence makes you kind of an asshole. I thought it was all done with, but Tara made a point of mentioning it again in the morning. She has since pointed out that if we were dating and not married, I would have lent her my jacket. Admittedly, that's probably true. That is going to come up when I decide if you're an asshole or not. So I humbly place myself before your judgment. Am I the asshole? You weren't until you said that you would have given her your jacket if you guys weren't married. Why is it that we get married and we assume that we need to stop doing the things that made our significant others fall in love with us in the first place? I've mentioned before, my husband still pulls my chair out for me. He still opens my car door for me. He still opens doors for me. Just because you're married doesn't mean that that stuff should stop. However, I don't think you are the asshole for not giving your jacket away, especially when you offered to go get it for her. So you're not the asshole for not giving your jacket, especially since you offered to go get hers, but you still should treat her the exact same way that you would if you guys were dating, because she's still just as special, if not even more, now that she's your wife. Big Professional 5879. Am I the asshole for not appreciating the surprise getaway my husband planned? For the past month, my husband, 27 male, and I, 28 female, have been in a rut. We've been arguing about so many trivial things. Last week, he randomly asked me if I liked eating s'mores. I said I don't care for them, and rarely do I ever crave them. Girl, s'mores is like one of my favorite foods in the world. He then asked me what I thought of cabins and camping. I told him I don't care for either, to be honest, and the only way I would go camping is if it was a glamping experience. Girl, same. He nodded and said, noted. Today he tells me to be ready and dressed by 4 p.m. because we have a date planned. I put on a cute outfit because all he told me was we have a special date. Any other time he said that, the date usually involves us going out to a fancy restaurant. So I put on a skirt, some heels, and a top. Oh no, I have a feeling I see where this is going. He sees my outfit, doesn't say anything. The only thing I noticed that was odd was that he brought his backpack with him. I asked him why, and he said that he just wanted to put his hoodie somewhere in case it got cold later. We get into the car, and 20 minutes into the drive, I ask him how far is the restaurant we're going to. He smiles and says about an hour. I pull up my phone and start responding to some work emails to kill time. And then when we arrived to our destination, I honestly got so upset. It was a super tiny trailer in the middle of the West Virginia woods. There was a small picnic table outside and just woods. I asked him what we were doing there, and he turns to me and says, "Surprise, we're having a couples retreat. Do you like it?" I walk inside the trailer, and mind you, my husband knows I am extremely claustrophobic. There is no room inside this trailer. I start panicking because A, I need personal space. B, I'm in heels and a skirt in the middle of the woods. C, he packed PJs, his toothbrush, and a change of clothes, but didn't think to tell me I'd be needing anything for this date. Oh, okay, yeah, that's shitty. At that point, I just blatantly asked him, "Have I ever expressed any interest in camping to you?" He said no, and then I followed up with, "You know how much I hate small spaces. What made you think I'd enjoy this? I just really want to understand." He didn't say anything. I told him I appreciated the gesture, but I could not for the life of me figure out how he thought planning this in the way he did was going to help get us out of a rut. This isn't the first time he's planned something for me that I hated. And the worst thing, I've told him before, if I've never expressed interest in something, to please not gift it to me or plan a date around it. I do a very good job at giving him extremely thoughtful gifts and planning him very thoughtful dates and experiences. And today I told him that it just seems like there isn't any consideration for me in that regard. Am I the asshole for reacting the way that I did? I'm kind of torn here. I'm confused why he asked you if you like camping and if you like s'mores, camping related questions. And you said, absolutely not. If I'm going camping, I'm only going glamping, which I totally feel you. I'm exactly the same way. And he said, noted. It seemed like he was trying to fill you out to see what you wanted. He didn't even tell you to pack, clothes, a toothbrush. I'm assuming maybe he thought it would be part of the surprise, that you wouldn't know what you guys were doing. And hopefully he packed your toothbrush for you. Now, do I think he's an asshole for this? I don't know if I would say that, because he did plan a trip for you guys to get away, something that maybe he thinks is romantic and kind of sweet. And you're sounding a little bit like a diva, I gotta say. Now, I hate to camp, don't get me wrong, I really freaking hate it. There's nothing I hate more than camping in the world. But if my husband took the time out to do something like this for me, I think I would probably try my best to really stay positive on the bright side, because to me, it's very sweet that he even planned this for you. I don't think he's an asshole. I don't think you're an asshole either. I think that maybe he kind of didn't take into consideration what you want, but still planned a really nice trip away for you guys, and you get to be together. Maybe try to be a little bit more appreciative. I don't know. Am I right? Am I making sense? Am I getting across what I'm trying to get across?
Hi, it's Editing Sam. Editing Sam in the next morning, before I've even had my coffee. Sam. I am here, my fellow subscribers, to tell you that I was wrong about this Am I the Asshole post. And I had it at lengthy discussion pointed out to me by my husband, in which he told me to tell you guys that I am 100% wrong on this, that this woman is not the asshole, she's not a diva, and her husband is, quote, a friggin' moron, unquote. So I am here to tell you that I am sorry, and after reflection have decided that she's not the asshole. No, so why was I kind of harsh in the first place? I think it's because I was just absolutely flabbergasted and touched at the fact that there is a man out there that would actually plan a vacation for his wife. And I think I let that cloud my judgment a little bit. However, my husband said to me, "How could you think she's wrong?" And I said, "I don't think she's wrong. I just think she's being a little bit of a diva and she should be more grateful." And he said, "Okay, how about this?" And he was like, "What is something that you don't like?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I kind of sat there for a minute. He's like, "I know, musical theater." I'm like, "Oh yeah." He said, "What would you think if I said, 'Hey Sam, do you like musical theater?' And you said, 'No.' And I said, 'Do you like musicals?' And I said, 'No.' And he said, 'Okay.' And then I came home someday and said, 'Hey, get dressed, but make sure you dress, really comfortable. Like wear sweats, we're going hiking.' And I said, 'Okay.' He's like, you get dressed like that, and then I take you to a really fancy theater and we watch musical theater. He was like, would you be mad about that? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I would be mad about that. Why would I do something like that? Why would I ask you what you want to do? You tell me no more than once, and then we do it anyway. And I also tell you to dress frumpy. And then I add, you know what, we're staying at the hotel down the road, and I didn't bring you a toothbrush. And I thought, you know what, you're right. I would probably stomp away in my sweats. So, yeah, I was wrong. This lady's not the asshole. And I wish I knew why her husband did what he did, because we don't get an answer. Anyway, my coffee's coming and I desperately need it. Enjoy the rest of the video.
Okay, so this next one is really serious and it's a little bit long. Capital Scheme 8294. Am I the asshole for wanting to divorce my postpartum wife? Wow. Okay, let's read before we judge. It's stupid to think I'm at this point, but here I am. What is that? STBX? What does that mean? Hang on. I gotta figure, what the heck does that mean? Oh, okay. It means soon to be X. Soon to be X. Okay. So my soon to be ex-wife, 28 female and I, 29 male, have wanted kids for years and were thrilled when she finally got pregnant last year. From day one, I wanted to be the most supportive husband and future father I could. Her father was never involved in her life. I used to work as a tech in labor and delivery, and my brother, to put it kindly, is not the most involved father. I saw too many problems up close when it came to lacking husbands, and I would be damned before I made the same mistakes. The problem is, roughly 4 weeks into her pregnancy, everything started to go downhill. They say if you want to know who somebody truly is as a person, to have kids with them. I don't know if that's smart though. She stopped wanting sex. Oh, I'm gonna kill this man. Fair enough, hormones and stress make that a problem. I went full stop. But then she didn't want any physical interaction. No cuddling, no kissing, slowly becoming more and more distant. She's pregnant, sir. She doesn't have to give you anything. She already has. Her eating constantly changed and she was terrible about it. She would demand I get her something all day. Then the moment I give it to her, she wants something else.
She's gonna blow!
Is this guy dumb? Do you not realize what a pregnant woman is? Have you not seen any of the TV shows where the wife is at like 4 a.m. and she's like, honey, I need some orange juice, pickles, and some curly fries, and the husband goes and gets it? That's a thing. I wanted to let you know because you seem surprised. Okay, again, hormonal issue, I get it. Do you though? She never let me go to any appointments, no groups. Wait a minute, what? She never let me to go any appointments, no groups she went to, spent more time away. I don't understand what he's saying. Became cold and bitter, constantly angry at me. This went on for months. Slapped me a couple of times when I forgot one of her dozens of tasks she assigned me during the day. Well, that's not good. That you should talk to a therapist about. Stopped doing anything for the house a month into the pregnancy. Sure, she's pregnant. I get it. Moving around is hard. I don't think this guy does. I think this guy is the asshole. He's basically like, look, I know being pregnant is like hard or something. No, you don't get it. You really don't. Oh, her eating is weird. She's eating stuff. Oh, she's tired. Like she doesn't want to clean. Do you hear yourself?
You murdered this man.
Yes.
Sure, she's pregnant. I get that moving around is hard. But she wouldn't even do laundry. She wouldn't do laundry, guys. And like, I don't know how to do it. So what do I do? By 5 weeks, I did everything. I'm also the primary source of income. I barely sleep. I'm running on fumes. Well, if you think it's bad now, just wait in 9 months, sir. Made me sleep in the guest room. Well, at this point, you're lucky you're even in the house. If it was me, would always try and pick fights. I never once raised my voice, my hand, or my tone. I sat there and constantly mentally reminded myself, this isn't her and this would all be worth it. She didn't want me to make any baby decisions. No name, no work on the nursery, nothing. You should be involved there. 1 month before she delivered, she yelled how fucking useless I am and how I don't do anything and that she's staying with her mother. She didn't let me get her anything. Come check on her, threatened. Why would you want to do anything for her? You don't even want to do her laundry. A couple weeks back, I found out about the birth of my son from a Facebook post. She posted it with her mother and some family. It broke me. I tried to go to the hospital and visit. She had security kick me out. Interesting. Wow. After months of outright hatred, anger, and abuse thrown at me 24/7, I had it. Odds are I'm not even on the birth certificate. I opened a new account and all my deposits go there. I took half out of our joint account. She never bought baby stuff ahead of time. Who knows what that money was going towards? So now that she has to buy supplies for our son, she used up every cent. I've gotten a lawyer. The house is mine. I'm the only one who spent money on it anyway. I've sent the rest of her stuff to her mother's house. I'm demanding a paternity test. Oh, come on, dude. I'm not spending another damn cent until I get verification it's my son. Yeah, you do sound like an asshole. I'm absolutely divorcing her. She chose the stay-at-home life. If she cheated, she's screwed. Her mother has money for a couple weeks stay, not even close to enough to full-time support. If he is my son, I will absolutely be getting my rights as a father for a relationship. Last week, my soon-to-be ex called. She was practically hyperventilating. She wanted to come home. She was crying how it was all a mistake. She's not staying with her mother. She's at a friend's house. She wants to come home. She wants our son to have his father. I told her I don't believe he is my son. Why the F would she pull this shit if he is? Show me a paternity test and I'll do everything I can for him and only him. I've already determined you're the asshole. You're a piece. You're more than an asshole. You're a piece of shit, to be perfectly honest. Your wife so very clearly needed professional help from somebody who specializes in mental health, and you abandoned your wife. If this was my spouse going through these issues, I would want to get them help. I wouldn't start yelling that you cheated and now I want a DNA test. Why? Because you're mad that you had to do her laundry? You're mad that she was tired? You're mad that she was exhausted, that she was carrying your child and having a hard time with it? Yeah, you're an asshole. Like I said, you never truly know somebody until you have a baby with them. Much 8485. Am I the asshole for refusing to talk to my sister after she sided with my cheating wife? My 26th male wife, 24, recently confessed to having sex with one of her friends, saying it was weighing down on her. She then told me I don't understand how stressful the military life is. She's in the Air Force and shouldn't judge her, telling me it was meaningless anyway and that she only cheated as an outlet. Said it would be a waste of all the years we spent together to throw away our marriage now, and that she's willing to go to marriage counseling to make this work. I'm not entirely sure how to proceed. My sister, 24, who is her childhood best friend, insisted that I give her a second chance. She called me an idiot for contemplating a divorce over something that only happened twice? Oh, come on. And that my wife willingly came clean about it. I haven't talked to her in 2 days now. Our dad said I'm being unreasonable and essentially forcing her to choose between her brother and her best friend. Yeah, I think your family has completely lost their minds. She cheated on you twice? Yeah, no, I don't think you're being unreasonable. You know, if you decided that you wanted to work things out, then that's your business. But if you don't want to, that's also your business. Your family, screw what they think. If you want to leave, if you're not comfortable with it, she cheated. That's more than enough reason to end a marriage. So no, you are not the asshole. Different feature 30. Am I the asshole for refusing to change the name I chose for my daughter so my sister can one day use it if she has a daughter? Well, I guess they said you're not the asshole, but let me be the judge of that. I'm 23 female, pregnant with my first child, a daughter. My boyfriend, 23 male, and I have decided to name her Ren. We didn't tell many people yet. My boyfriend told his parents, and I told my parents and my siblings. After I told my sister, 30 female, she asked me if we could talk. And she showed me a list she had of names her and her husband had chosen for future babies. Ren was the girl name they had chosen too. That's weird because that is not a very common name. I had no idea. My sister never thought anyone in the family would go for a name like Ren. And when she heard we had chosen that, she got a little sad. So you guys didn't discuss this? You both just thought of this name? Interesting. You see, my sister and her husband have been TTC for 6 to 7 years. Have been trying to conceive for 6 to 7 years. and have been unsuccessful with the exception of one miscarriage 5 years ago. Right now, they are undergoing some fertility treatments to try and have a child. It's been super hard on her, and when my boyfriend and I learned we were expecting, we agreed I should tell my sister first and give her time to process. She told me how much she appreciated it, and she was sad for a little while after, as well as super jealous. But I understand because this is something she has wanted for so long, and it was difficult for her to see me get pregnant so fast. I love my sister, and I always want to try and be understanding and not make her feel like shit because I'm having a baby and she's still trying to. But when she asked me to please choose another name so she could name a future daughter that, I didn't feel like I could agree to that. My daughter feels like Ren to both me and my boyfriend. We've already got some items with her name on them. We have grown very attached and bonded more with our Ren. I know too many, it's not a big deal for people to share the same name in a family, but our family doesn't really like doing that. Our names might have been used in previous generations of the family, but we never liked the idea of two living members of the family sharing a name, and we're all so close that it would get confusing. So I know to her it means Ren has to leave their list if I use it. That's hard. I told my sister I couldn't change my daughter's name after we had already committed so heavily and the name felt so right to us. She burst into tears but told me she understood. She hugged me and everything. Then my brother-in-law got involved and he tore me a new one for not sacrificing the name so that my sister can hold on to the hope that she'll get to name their future daughter that one day. He said she has been such a good big sister to me and this would cost me nothing. Am I the asshole? No. And I don't even think her husband's the asshole. I think he's just sees his wife as hurt and he's just trying to, he's just trying to defend her. I don't think he's the asshole either. And your sister's not an asshole. This is just very unfortunate. It's really sad. That is just so weird that you both love the same name that is just not very a common name. That's interesting. But I say screw what everybody thinks. You both should name your child Ren if that's what you want. If you want to name your daughter Ren, you can. And if she wants to in the future, if she has a child, which I hope to God so much that she does have a little girl, to name her Ren, she can. It's fine. It'll be cute. Bella Guilted One says, am I the asshole for kicking my ex out of our hotel room during vacation? Let's see. I, 40 female, have had an on-again, off-again long-distance relationship with Tom, 34 male, for 5 years. We regularly video called / texted one another during the pandemic, but our relationship fizzled as life went back to normal. The daily FaceTime calls turned into occasional check-ins and holiday well wishes, which is fine. Fast forward to now, I wanted to go on a birthday vacation to an island in the Mediterranean not too far from Tom. I called Tom up to see if he would like to join me, and he readily agreed. I booked the flights and hotel accommodations for us, and I was excited to see my friend. When Tom arrived, I picked him up from the airport, and he immediately complained about the rental car, stating it was crap. Okay, that's rude. And asked why I did not get a better vehicle. Well, sir, you could have paid for it if you wanted something, or you can be quiet because I invited you on my trip. I informed Tom if he wanted a better accommodation, I would drive back to the rental car facility so that he could pay for one. We kept the car. Okay, yeah, basically what I said. We went to a historical site and it quickly turned sour as Tom informed me he did not come here to go to museums and that history did not interest him. Okay, this guy's being a dick. This is your trip that you invited him on. This is not his trip. He is a guest here. He needs to zip it. He then left to wait in the car, calling every 15 minutes to tell me to hurry up. Well, now I'm starting to understand why he's your ex. Next, we went to somewhere that Tom wanted to go, which was a pool overlooking the Mediterranean Sea. We settled into our cabana and Tom took off to take pictures of himself for social media. I asked Tom to take a few pics of me as it was my birthday. He proceeded to take 4 pics and then left again to go live stream online. At this point, I was annoyed and went to the restaurant for lunch. Tom magically appeared, ate my food. What the heck? Ate my food as well as his food and took off again to talk to people he met at the pool. Upon leaving, I let Tom know that I did not appreciate him leaving me for hours as we were supposed to spend time together. Is this real?
Is it real?
Tom began acting a bit better until the following night, which was our last evening on the island. Tom said he wanted to meet up with a party promoter he knew to hang out. I said okay and relaxed at the pool. Earlier, Tom and I talked about going to a club that night, and at 11, I got ready. I called/texted at least 6 times before Tom called me back. I asked where he was because I was ready for us to go out. Tom then informs me that he was not going out with me and refused to meet. At this point, I saw red. Tom got a free weekend getaway and ditched me practically the entire time. Tom fancies himself an influencer and spent the entire weekend trying to look rich online. He's one of those. You should have asked him if he wanted to go to Dubai. At this point, 1 a.m., I told Tom to come pick up his belongings and have his friends take him to the airport. When Tom arrived back at our hotel, he told me that I need to stop trying to control him. I barely saw him the entire trip, but I'm controlling? We exchanged a few choice words and I ended it all with telling Tom to never call me again. I blocked him everywhere and I left the following morning without checking to see if he got to the airport. I feel justified in my decision, but what say you, internet strangers? Am I the asshole? No. And I don't even need to elaborate. No. Come on. Okay, we'll do one more. Throwaway 636-173 said, am I the asshole for asking my son and daughter-in-law to not use the name of my dead daughter? Oh my God, I would already say, no, you are not the asshole. But we'll give it a read here and see. I don't like this already. I don't know if I'm in the wrong here. About 15 years ago, I gave birth to Kara. She passed when she was 3 months. Oh. My heart's broken now. She was a surprise and would have been around 10 years younger than any of the other kids. She passes and her urn is on the mantle in our home. Life moved on. My daughter-in-law has seen the urn before and commented it was a nice name. I didn't think anything about it at the time. I got a call from my daughter telling me that I need to talk to them, that they plan on naming their daughter Kara and knew it would be a problem. So they were going to surprise me with it after she was born. Oh my gosh. She obviously knows it's a problem if she was going to wait and surprise you after the baby was born already. Yikes. I sat them down and asked if they were going to name their daughter Kara. They told me it was in the running. I asked if they were naming her after anyone and it was a no, that they just liked the name. I told them that I am not very comfortable with them doing that. I know I don't own a name and suggested it could be a middle name and we would just call her her first name. I explained it would be very hard for us and we worry that we may start projecting or it will cause mental distress to use, that I don't think it is fair to the kid to have that burden. I mean, you're right. You did say right there, I don't own the name, so you can't really stop them from doing it, but that doesn't mean that your feelings aren't valid. And yeah, that would be kind of crappy for the kid to have to bear that burden. My husband also said that he wouldn't be that happy with the decision and feels wrong to name her that. After that, it started argument that she is pissed we are trying to veto a name and called us jerk. Okay, well, now she's a jerk. My husband and I don't know if we are jerks or not. We thought we handled this well and communicated clearly our feelings on it. That's a hard one. You guys, I don't think are being the assholes. And I'm very, very sorry for your loss. That's devastating. As much as it might suck for your daughter, who I think is not treating you very fairly, that she needs to kind of just get over it and pick another name. Is it your daughter or your daughter-in-law? Oh, it's your daughter-in-law. Yeah, no, it's your daughter-in-law? No, yeah, she needs to get over it. It would have been one thing if it was your actual daughter growing up and wanting to name her child after her sister, but this isn't even your daughter. So yeah, no, yeah, she needs to get over it, find a different name. There's millions of them out there. You're not the asshole, and I'm very, very sorry. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you guys next time, and until then, I hope your symptoms are low, and I hope your magic is strong. Bye, loves.